Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly commodities update. This is where I do analysis on natural gas, oil, US dollar, gold, and silver. We're looking at their supporting levels as well as price action and trend analysis to see where price will most likely head into there next week. And if you guys are looking for the stock market update video and the Mag 7 analysis, check out yesterday's video. And let's get started on natural gas. So natural gas pretty much right now didn't really do that much this week after the gap up overnight on Sunday. And we pretty much tested this resistance overnight on Monday when we gapped up about 10%, and then we tested this on Monday. Slight rejection, no huge red flags, didn't even fill this gap. So that's a good sign for the bulls. If it's an incomplete gap fill, that means the bulls are playing defense here. And currently, we did break through here on Wednesday. So it's a good sign. We broke through here, didn't come back into here. But there's a key resistance right here. You can see this blue line right here. Prior resistance, acting as support, support. And then now where price is underneath it, is now acting as resistance here. Resistance. So we haven't, so it's a clear level, right? 3.41. Very clear level. We haven't gone over it this week. Tested it like 3 times. So the question is, we're just pretty much going sideways. And bulls, for me, break above 3.41. Then we have a chance to potentially look back up closer to this 3.5 level range over here to test this structure that we broke down from. For bears, ideally, you want to crack through below this low, where bulls play defense after this gap up low. So this is where bears want to take it below. If we break this 3.17 this coming week, then I'm looking down closer to this area where we have just a couple of supports here, which is this low, right? Triple bottom low right here, where they initially played the weekly support defense here. If you zoom out to the weekly, right, initial move, higher low, higher high, so that's a weekly uptrend, and then that's the weekly support now. So ideally, bears, if you guys can break the weekly support, then we're looking down closer to this 2.898 for me, if you guys can break that, but it's still quite far. So we take it one day at a time. For bulls, yeah, just crack through above this 3.4. Look for this 3.56, then we look for this 3.7. If we head higher there. Right now, we do see a little bit of a trend line here, over here, acting as support, right? Bounce. I wouldn't say this is a bounce yet. So if we do see bounce overnight on Sunday, right when we open futures and this bounces, then we can say this trend line is valid. That'll be a third bounce. But for now, they just touched it and probably just ran out of time. End of the day, yeah. And touched end of the day, slight reaction. So we'll see if we can bounce right here and then head higher. That'd be a really good sign for the bulls. And yeah, if we do come down, break this weekly support, right, then we're looking down back to this one. Bounce. So that's 7 bounces there. So this trend line is still valid at the moment. So if we break this weekly support right here, triple bottom, then we're looking down closer to this level. All right, let's take a look at oil. If you guys want to learn more about techno analysis, feel free to check out the Patreon link as well. If you guys just want to support the channel and overall free channel, and just go to the Patreon link as well. And if you guys want to learn more about psychology, technical analysis, trend analysis, all of that, book that 15-minute free call with me, and we can talk more about it. All right, let's take a look at oil. So we talked about this last week, where we're giving it all back, and we're just back testing this level where we broke out from, right? Very clear breakout, resistance right here as well. And then we finally broke out of it here, right? This is the first back test on Monday. And then we did slightly bounce, right? Tried to bounce here once, tried here another time, tried here another time. Bulls tried to hold it, but we didn't really play any offense here. And then this Monday was the only offense that we did, and then that was it. Let's take a look to see if there's any red flags there. Yeah, so you can see this move right here, and then we didn't make a new high after this, and then we just head lower. So the red flag for me was that we never broke the reaction high, and then it acted just pretty much like a double top resistance, and then rolled over. Yeah, we didn't even change the hourly trend, so this is a big move up, right? And then tried to make a new high, couldn't, and then that was it. So still very weak on oil for me at the moment, and with a lot of headlines as well, right? Headline, very sensitive to headline news currently. So, and now we're back into where we broke out from. So that's like a little bit of a red flag. Pretty much give back all of this move at the moment, but we are coming into support, right? Very clear support right here. Resistance, 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 resistance. So when we do come down closer to it, which we are at this moment, this area is going to act as support. This 70 to this 69.5, this area is going to act as support now because price is above it and we're coming into it, especially we're extended into it. We'll see some kind of bounce. Doesn't mean we're going to like bounce all the way up here, but at least, you know, get a little bit of bounce, maybe a lower high. And if we continue the trend, it would be a lower low. So it'll be lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. If it continues, then we're looking down, back closer to down here again. And then it just tiny range. We're just back to a tiny range. So no surprises here, actually. Right? If you zoom out to the monthly, it just a complete sideways and bound zone with a tiny range. So no surprises here at the moment. All right, let's take a look at US dollar. US dollar. Still no huge red flags yet, but it just tinying up itself. Right, you can see a tiny range here, tiny range just like that. So we broke bear out of this falling wedge, rising wedge. Broke bear, but not much follow through. So we can delete that. This looks like a back test, almost a back test of that, but we can keep this resistance in case it goes higher. We'll just redraw it. All right, so this pretty much is just tiny range, right? Bounce, bounce, bounce. Rejection, rejection, rejection. And no clear trend at this moment. So we have to see where this tiny range breaks out. We do have a daily downtrend here, obviously, right? This is a daily downtrend. And then it's just a big move up. So now we break all the pivots. So it's a neutral trend. A big move down and no trend yet. So if this is a lower high, if this is a lower high set, and we got to make a lower low, breaking this low, then we're back to a daily downtrend. As well as this is a bear break out of this tiny range, then we'll probably have more downside for the dollar back into testing this structure closer to maybe 106.7. But for now, it's going sideways in a neutral trend. So I would say probably no edge on both sides. And it's very policy sensitive too, right? Tariff news comes in and this drops. Next thing you know, however changes in the tariff news, this changes rockets again, or right. So very price sensitive to news at this moment. All right, let's take a look at gold. Same thing I talked about this last week, saying no, zero red flags as it was reaching its all-time highs, and no signs of any red flags. Still, anything that's all-time high is always no red flags until we shape up a pattern or a setup that looks bearish. But for now, no signs of that yet, but we want to be a little bit cautious, right? It is a little bit extended, 10% up from the lows for gold. That's pretty big move for gold overall. But as long as you follow the trend, there's really no red flags, right? You can zoom in as well to shorter term time frames, and you can just see very clear bounces from the EMAs. You haven't broken the daily EMA. I talked about this one last week. Right? The EMA 12 is this teal looking line and bounced, bounce, bounce, bounce exactly off the top, pretty much just trending on it at the moment. We're a little bit extended away from it, so we might need a little bit pullback, just cool things down or go sideways for EMA to catch up. And if it just continues to bounce off of it, then it just continues. when it breaks, let's say it breaks, that's the first sign of change. And then if it back tests it and then it acts as resistance, then we know that we're probably gonna get some consolidation on the weekly. And then let's say it rejects it, right? Back test that EMA, and then it becomes resistance and it goes lower, it forms a daily downtrend. Then we zoom out to the weekly, right? And then we're like, okay, now that's probably gonna get some weekly consolidation because this is a huge weekly move. And even a slight weekly pullback is very, very, very healthy, right? So even pull back to 2806, it can still be a weekly bull flag. So keep an eye watch on that EMA. So once it breaks, it's the first daily change of the pattern, and then we might look for that weekly consolidation for a bigger move down a weekly. All right, let's take a look at silver. Yeah, still not liking silver as a long at the moment. We do have relative strength on this move up right here, which is this move up right there. But that was it. It's just playing catch up, right? This whole move here, silver was going sideways while gold was just trending up like here. You could just size up a lot bigger position on gold versus, trying to play silver, which does move a bigger percentage sometimes. Just size up on gold. Way better technical charts. And then you can see here, while this is going up still, every pullback, this thing pulls back most of it, right? Pulls back most of it. Going sideways again. So still relative weakness, in my opinion, overall big picture, but it does shift sometimes to relative strength here and there. Get a little bit of rotation randomly, but it's hard to predict exactly when all of a sudden, you get that move. But overall, silver is still weaker. And if gold, the thing I don't like is if let's say gold, right, gets a weekly consolidation, this is probably just going to go all the way back to where it came from again. While gold is still going to be healthy, pull back 30% and it go sideways. This is probably just going to go like here and then go sideways like that, right? So I wouldn't be a long-term holder for silver. If you scalp trade it, then great, right? This would be a nice move. But still relatively weaker, and continue to watch. If gold breaks the EMA 12, and if you're in silver long, then I'll be cautious. Overall, definitely want to be looking at both charts. And we are coming into a little bit of support, right? Bounce, rejection, and then now attacking support right here. So if this does come down a little bit lower, you want to see this level act as support and just continue to go sideways. That'll be the best case for bulls. For bears, crack through here, come all the way down below the structure, and then make that structure act as resistance. That'll be the best case for you guys. All right, that's all for you guys for commodities. Make sure to check out the stock market update video yesterday. And if you guys want to support the channel, check out the Patreon link and the YouTube link as well, or any one-on-ones. Have a great rest of you guys' weekend. I'll see you guys next week for more updates. And feel free to comment below if you guys have any questions. And take care.